Just before the recess, on the Wednesday before the recess, I submitted a petition to the House that had been signed by just under 1,000 residents of Henley. And I'm not going to read that out, but I hope the Minister will agree that this is a friendly petition, because what I'm concerned about is the gap that is there between the enormous figures that are increasingly being put into education and what is actually happening on the ground in the schools themselves. And what the petition asked for was a review in advance of the comprehensive spending review to settle once and for all what it costs to run education and how we can get that money to the schools. Now, I know that we have tackled a number of the issues in this separately. We have tackled the issue of teachers' pay, and we've tackled the issue of teachers' pensions, and we have agreed to fund them. But we need to know what other areas there that we are falling short of funding in the squeeze that has occurred between keeping the budgets more or less as they are and inflation occurring. Because I'm aware, as I know the Minister is, that every year he makes the honest claim that we are spending more on the revenue budget for schools than we were in the previous year. And I think that that's a very laudable thing to have done, provided the money actually gets to the schools themselves. And one of the things that will help in this, and it is just one of the things that will help, is to bring out the difference in the formula between a soft formula and a hard formula. Now, the soft formula exists as in the way that we have it at the moment. And what it still sees is a role for the local authority in distributing and indeed in top slicing those funds before they get to the school. Now, you may think that the local authorities don't top slice very much in this, but they do. They do, and it can make a big difference to the schools. But this also applies to those schools that are part of multi-academy trusts, because we need to make sure that in creating these trusts, we are not just creating another local authority equivalent that is able to top slice more and more funds in order to make sure that schools get less and less. And I do think that the review of this and a move to a hard funding formula for this would be a very good way forward. And just to finish on a completely different matter, in terms of FE colleges, I know that apprenticeships form a large part of the income that they have, and in the Henley constituency, I'm organising an evening where we can bring together schools and businesses in order to see what apprenticeships they want to fund and how they can be funded.